And in my mind, I want to tell you what my 15-year-old mind thought, right? Was that I knew that with the best loss prevention system, I could still steal from you.
Hi, I'm Peter.
And I'm Kevin. Welcome to the This and That Chat. You know what we just sounded like?
What?
Like the, I don't even know what to call it, the host at the circus this weekend. Welcome to Barnum and Bailey, the greatest show on earth. What a bunch of lies.
Back to back.
Okay. Let's
Back
discuss.
to back.
You know,
Okay, hold on. Was Cirque Italia, that disaster, was that the week before? Or was it 2 weeks before?
No, there was an intermission. You know, we were discussing this.
What did we do in between?
That was a question. I feel like there was nothing, but hold on.
Because
there was nothing. There was nothing. It was just nothing.
It was so bad that it dragged into the following weekend and then picked up again and gave us another slap in the face.
So here's the thing. That was Martin Luther King weekend. We had a long weekend. We put Christmas away.
That's what it was.
We put Christmas away.
All the decorations outside away. We did the interior of the house. We had the extra day.
Exactly.
That was ours.
Right. So there was nothing that we did that day.
Football.
I think we went to do errands. Whatever. Now, I was thinking when I was thinking about recording today, right? We're on an off day. Today is not Sunday, which is our normal recording day.
Yes.
It is.
We are recording
the day after.
Hooky style.
The day after. But it's at night when we're all supposed to be home from work. Great job.
To be home from work.
Great job. Wow. It's a mental day.
It's a hooky.
Okay, it's a mental day.
Hooky edition.
I love it when you don't think things through, bro.
What are they going to say?
It's a mental day. That's what it was.
You got PTO approved. I spoke to my boss. He was super gracious and told me that I could do whatever the hell I want.
That man is so good to you.
He's a saint.
He's so good to you.
He's a saint, and he's handsome.
Oh, now you went too far.
There it is.
Anyway, I was thinking about how, do you suppose that there are certain things that everybody does, right? For example, making mistakes, right? Everybody makes mistakes. Do you feel like everybody hates making mistakes? Or do some people hate making mistakes more than others?
Okay, I'm going to give you from my perspective. I used to really get bothered by mistakes.
Interesting.
And now I feel that if a mistake happens, we'll figure it out.
So.
And we'll kind of work through it. That's a mentality thing. I think that's what it is.
Don't you think it's a personality thing as well, though?
Yeah. My personality has changed that much?
Drastically, yeah. I would say.
Drastically?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, yeah. From how you used to be before?
I know it's changed, but drastically.
I would say that if you saw yourself...
Do you like me better now?
Of course I like you better now.
So you didn't like me before?
No, I did not.
So why were you here?
Because I loved you. You didn't ask me if I loved you.
Oh.
You asked me if I liked you.
What was that? Where was it? What movie was that?
I don't remember.
I love you, but I don't have to like you.
That's so overused, bro. That's everywhere. Parents say that. Oh, no.
Go. You can talk.
Well, I've sort of lost my train of thought right now. Because, wait, what was I thinking about?
Personality traits.
Yeah. So you said it was a mentality. I don't know if you're going to be a perfectionist. Okay. No, I can't talk to you like this. Because you don't engage me.
I'm engaging you, bro.
No, I think you need to look for that later.
Some movie called Fences. I don't know what that is.
It's been in a lot of places, I promise you.
Okay. Oh, wait. It's with Matthew. Oh, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Okay, awesome.
There it is.
We got it. Okay. So, if you are a perfectionist, I don't think anybody can have a mentality that makes you perfectionist. It's a personality thing.
Okay.
I think if you're going to be, let's say, a health nut, that is a mentality. That's not a personality. Does that make sense?
Okay.
All right. So, with the...
But it can become a personality.
I mean, I guess
Because
you
your
can.
entire person can be...
You can go overboard. Yeah. Now you're obsessive and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Sure. 100%. But that starts off as a mentality. Nobody starts off as a mentality wanting to be a perfectionist.
Got it.
You were just born like that. And I feel like you have perfectionist tendencies.
I have
Still to this day.
Yes.
Okay. Because one of the hardest things, I'm going to the children, imagine the children are behind me. I'm protecting them. I'm the gatekeeper here. Okay. And I'm saying the hardest thing that this side of the family experienced was trying to help you with any project.
Okay.
Because you have a perfect way where things work and nobody else knows the plan.
Correct.
Okay. There's a perfect way to hold the light. There's a perfect way to hand you stuff. And everybody's just what?
It is the dad memes.
That's it.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
Okay.
Right. So my mom.
I don't know that that's a perfectionist thing, though.
I don't know.
I think that just may be a...
That's where I'm saying that I don't know, bro. I feel like you are less rigid about doing things perfectly, but you still feel more fulfilled when things are perfectly done.
Yes.
So I feel like you have a better grasp on...
I feel
let me not...
The way things are being done now, for me, just in my everyday, I get satisfaction in completion. We talked a little bit about this.
Yeah. Me and you.
Yeah. So, like, when I used to work retail, there was never a sense of completion. Mm-hmm. You know? There was always I didn't finish. I guess I'll pick it up tomorrow. I didn't finish. I'll pick it up tomorrow. And then you come in tomorrow and the thing that you finished gets completely destroyed because in the 8 hours that you weren't at the store, there's savages that come in and destroy all the work that you did. So that was that. But now with the business, I feel like me being able to go into a community and you go in and it's not clean and picked up and cut and trimmed and all these other details. And now when I'm leaving, as we're picking up garbage, we're picking up, the clippings and whatever at the end, and we are about to leave, I can look back at that community and be like, sweet.
Good day's work.
Good day's work. And then I drive home and my mind says I've completed. Now, sometimes it does happen where you fall behind on stuff, so that carries into the house a little bit, but I don't feel like I carry work into the house as much as I did when it was in retail.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
I can do
a
cutoff.
I agree with that.
I think that's why, like, even with, like, when we're building, if I open a bag, I gotta finish.
You see what I'm saying? That there's like little nuances that you have about things, how they are done. You probably tremble when you walk by my build. That's like 5 months old.
I'm trembling right now because yesterday I walked away and I have a bag sitting in that room right now. That's not complete.
You see it, so it like infects your mind and all that stuff. Like I feel like that's a personality thing, right? That's not a mentality thing. I could never occupy my mind the way that you do. Okay,
no,
my mind gets occupied by conversations, and then I replay the conversation over and over and over again in my brain to see was the tone that they gave me, was that like, were they being passive aggressive?
I do that with
Were they
text.
upset? Well, but with text, I feel like there's a legitimate reason, right? I personally don't like it when people send something that could be construed as maybe you're a little upset, maybe you're giving me a little passive aggressive comment, and then you put a smiley face at the end. Like that to me seals the deal. You're being passive aggressive with me then. Okay.
Well, it's
Okay. And especially people who use the emoji
There's-
that they don't know is not the smiley emoji.
yeah, it's the
Okay. I send that emoji on purpose, right? But I feel like with text, that can be interpretation. Maybe I'm feeling insecure about what you just said, and now I read your thing as a scolding rather than
Right.
you just making a statement. That's unfair.
It's like I sent a text half an hour ago probably, and I sent it to someone who owed me some money for a job that I did, and we have been trying to get in contact with each other since the new year.
I'm going to stop you right there, and I'm going to say I 100% believe that you have been trying to get in contact.
He has. He 100%.
Okay.
No, this is not my lessons
Oh, okay.
that I have learned. And I have learned some lessons.
My house caught fire. Really?
Yeah. My dog died again. How many dogs do you have? My grandma, my mom.
My grandma again.
My mom. Anyways, for the ones that know the story, they'll laugh at that. Anyways, so we had gotten sick. I had been out for that week. I kind of was going back into it a little bit here and there, but we have not been able to connect. I did a job for him literally on the last day before we left on vacation, and I did it kind of rushed to be able to get it done for him because he wanted it done for the end of the year. And super cool guy. I got no issues with him. And he's like, "Hey, let's meet up this week." And I'm like, "I'm dying. I'm sick." He's like, "Oh, okay. Next week I'm out Monday through Thursday. I've got a place that I'm going to be up north. I'll be back on Friday. Let's catch up on Friday." That Friday, we left early. And when he texted me, it was too late. Oh, okay. So we pushed it to the following week. Then the following week, he got sick. So he was out for the entire week. And now we're at starting.
So you were saying you were talking to someone that you
Yeah,
were
so
trying to get
we've been going back and forth trying to meet up. So he's not running away from me. Anyways, so I sent him the message. I'm like, "Hey, I'm going to be at such and such a place tomorrow."
Ow.
Which is one of the communities that he services. And he's like, I told him, I was like, "No, so we can meet up there." And he's like, "Okay, thanks." That's all he sent me. So I've read the message back probably 3 or 4 times. And I'm thinking to myself, did I say it in a way that was a little bit like, "Where's my money? It's been a month. What's going on?" I didn't want it to come across that way. And at the end of it, it was just that he was busy. So, because he texted me afterwards. And he's like, "Sorry, man. I just answered you really quick because I didn't want to leave you hanging. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be
You know
there."
what my favorite is that you do?
What's that?
Since you bring up texting.
Oh, boy.
When I say, do you want me to make this or that? What do you say to me?
It doesn't matter.
Wrong.
You pick.
Nope. I can live with those choices.
What did I say?
Yes. And I'm like, it's literally
Okay.
a question that I'm asking you.
Can I
and your
throw it at you?
response is yes.
I'm going to throw this at you.
This is a bad example because I can see how you could say, "Oh, that just means either one."
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay. The problem is that you don't know how to send me one text.
Okay.
We've
Wait a
had
minute.
this conversation.
Wait a
Hold
minute.
on. Let me finish.
Wait a minute.
No,
Okay,
I
go
let you finish. You
ahead
need
and
to-
finish.
Okay.
Go ahead and finish.
You don't know how to send me one text. You're like, you send me a text and the text says, "Do you want lasagna?" I read, "Do you want lasagna?" And as I'm sending yes, you send or shrimp
chickens.
linguine. So now, when my yes gets to your text, you have 2 lines. I've already put my phone away.
That's a great point. I actually feel like you have a very valid point. Okay. However, there's 2 things that I'm going to
However.
say.
Good,
However,
good job, but you're wrong. Let me tell
No,
you
no.
why.
I'm just going to put it out there for interpretation. You actually have a very valid point.
Okay.
2 things that I feel kind of mess everything up in the mix here. 1, the phone has a wonderful little feature that's called reply. So you can highlight the message you're trying to reply to.
Bro,
And
how
send
many
yes.
times have you told me not to do? Oh, no, you said to do the.
Okay. 1, that's 1. And 2, do you not
No,
also...
no.
I haven't gotten to 2 yet.
Hold on. I have to defend 1.
Not yet.
Yes.
Listen to both of them.
No.
Oh my God.
If I am responding to the last message that you have, I cannot reply.
Except that you do see that there's little bubbles, which means I'm still typing.
But then I would have to wait for that message to come in.
So then...
I can't reply. You can't. There's no option for reply.
Yeah, there is.
No, there isn't.
Let's do it right now. Let's do it right now. This is Exhibit A, for example, okay? I'm going to send, "Hello, how are you?" That way you get that message. And now I'm typing. Tell me if you can reply to my message. There you are.
See?
Now you text me. Oh, you did text me. Text me again. Uh-oh. Why does it work on my phone, but it doesn't work on your phone?
Because you sent a message in between. You had another message after that.
Okay, message me now.
I did.
I did. I'm going to reply to this one. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, message me again. Oh boy.
Mine's broken, bro.
Wow. Okay, so that was Exhibit A. So there's that wonderful little feature. Now, part 2 is, do you not also write me in broken up text message? I have never gotten a long message from you that includes everything that you want to tell me.
I didn't say that there was anything wrong with it.
No, I'm not, but
I'm
obviously...
just saying that when I reply, it's because everything is in broken pieces.
And like I said, that's a very valid point that, of course, now I can see how that's that. But here's the worst part.
And I have told you that when I'm at work, send me stories.
Stories.
Yes, send me a story. Like,
But I'm also at work.
Write me a paragraph.
I'm also at work. And I can't,
I know, but the thing is that I'm not sitting there waiting for every text to come in. So I'm on a machine. Every time I have to answer the phone, I have to stop the machine.
I know.
Lower the blades.
That's why I only call you if it's urgent.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. There's
I feel like we both have
process.
good points.
Okay.
There are good points there. I'm going to keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
And the terrible thing is then I have to text you back and say yes to A or B.
Yes.
And then you're like, no. And then you reply with, "I already answered you."
Hold on, but that was the other day, and I did answer you, and then you told me not to reply to you in that manner.
Which is by putting a little thumbs
The
up
little
or a
thumbs up or
heart or a
something
question
on it,
mark
yes.
because it doesn't say.
Because
Anyway,
the problem is
texting is a problem. That is the main moral of the story here is that texting is a problem.
The problem is that we how many texts do we send to each other daily?
Oh my gosh.
I wish there was a way to know.
A ticker or something.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you something. If you go to your storage and you look at your messages,
Mm-hmm.
right? For me anyway, the 2 big things that are taking up space in my phone, photos and
100%.
messages. And then I go to individual messages so I can delete stuff, bro, you are at the very top because we don't ever delete our messages, you know? So I can go back as long as the phone will let me go back to read stuff, pictures, conversations, all that stuff.
Receipts. Gotcha.
It's so wonderful. No, I was thinking about sometimes I'll look up a word, you know, like beautiful. And then I read all the little messages that you've sent me where you've said you're beautiful, something like that. And then it's like, oh, I get all these like little love notes. And I was thinking when somebody passes away, how beautiful for you to be able to go back and read those things. My mother, unfortunately, this is the second time I mentioned my mother. I want to finish what I was saying about her before so that nobody is like hanging on a little, you know, what was she going to say? My mother accidentally trying to clean up her phone, delete all of her messages from everyone.
We talked about this.
Oh, that's right, because we tried to help her. Oh, poor thing.
Yeah.
And there's no way to recover. What I was going to say about my mother.
Speaking of the devil.
Wow.
This is my...
that's your lessons.
My lesson.
Jeez. Okay, so speaking of
Remember, we're supposed to be at work.
Listen. I know you have to get that in a little bit. But my mom definitely has a perfectionist personality. And I feel that being a grandmother for her has drastically changed her, even though she still has those tendencies, right? Like the way that she meticulously cleans her house is just on another level. Okay. I don't have the energy to clean the way, I mean, you could climb on top of her cabinets at any point. At any point, it doesn't matter.
They also live somewhere where it's very dusty.
Not any I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I would say a lot more than here.
Not a lot more than what she had when she lived here.
No, but she also had 8 hands to help her.
No, but I'm saying they didn't have the windows closed, so a lot of dust would get in and also.
I guess.
But I'm saying like there is no dust. There's no dust. Her house is swept multiple times a day, not like most people who do it once and vacuum or mop. No. She's very meticulous about her things. Even you go see her recipes, bro, they're like detailed. They have stars, they have notes, they have conversions.
It's like the Half-Blood Prince, the potions book.
I actually
with all the little notes and like asterisks.
I actually want to say, I don't know if I'm inventing this or not. I don't know why I feel like this is true. But there is even a list that she has, like a table of contents.
Mm-hmm. For her recipes?
Yeah. So then
she has them in order.
So she, no.
Like
no.
Alphabetized.
No.
No.
No. I don't know if she has them alphabetized. I'm saying if she looks up meatloaf, her meatloaf, let's say, this is just an example. Are we doing the work thing right now?
He called again, so I'm sending him a message.
Oh, okay. We'll just wait for you.
You could keep talking.
It's hard for me to talk.
I know, but
it's hard.
Remember, we're working.
Bro, I can't do this like this.
Go.
If she looks at meatloaf, she can go to her little content thing and it will tell her it's in this book, in this page of her own handwriting. So it's like volume 3, family recipes, page 67. I mean, like, it's to another level. Okay. So growing up.
Does she use it?
Yeah. Her recipes?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not for herself. She's leaving that all for us.
Right. But I'm saying she doesn't, like, when she cooks stuff, like, she doesn't go back to it?
No, I want to say that she will pull out a recipe for something that she doesn't do very often, you know? And
like a refresher.
And it's not even for food, you know? It's more for baking. Or if because she makes her own spices, like her own combinations, right? She just recently was so proud because she made the little envelopes for sazon.
Oh, like the adobo things?
Yeah, whatever that is.
What's it called?
I thought it was sazon.
Yeah, but there's a name for it. The achiote.
Yeah. So she bought all the things separately and she made her own version. So it doesn't have preservatives and all that stuff. So I'm sure that for measurements of how much salt and how much this,
Right.
then she pulls that out. But growing up, that, where my personality is not at all to be organized, or nothing has to be perfect or anything like that. What I'm leading to is that it's been one of those very surprising things for me that, back to what I said in the beginning, making mistakes for me is one of those things that I cannot sleep at night if I made a mistake. I cannot have a moment's peace if I have made a mistake. Okay. And I can guarantee to everybody, the one good thing about me is I won't make the same mistake twice. It's done because I loathe it so much. I feel sometimes I'm in wonder of myself. How do I remember? It's like I have a file in my head. Don't do this, double check that, whatever it is, so that that mistake doesn't happen again. And when something gets me, oh my God, I'm just like berating myself. Okay. I know it's funny, but it's also bad, right? Because I'm so highly critical. So what were the 3 things that we told our kids? And we had like this family motto when the kids were growing up. I think we talked about it in one of the episodes, right? Get messy, make mistakes, and take chances, right? I said that in the wrong order. But for me, the hardest one to impart to them was that it's okay to make mistakes. And this is the part that I want to discuss, right? Is, first of all, why did I bring up the making mistakes part? Because to me, I hate being a fool. And I feel like us again striking out at the circus was a mistake.
But hold
that
on.
won't happen to me
that
again.
That was an educated decision.
You're right. We're gonna go back to it. We're gonna touch back on that. Okay. But I was like, no. It doesn't. That my mom has a saying where she says like, that dog won't bite me again. Mm-hmm. That's the truth. Okay. It happened once. Second time, we thought we were making a good, informed decision. No more. We have learned our lesson.
I have bad news for you.
Oh, what?
We cannot be ignorant to the fact that it's possible.
You're right.
It is possible. We're going to a show.
Well, but I'm talking specifically about a circus.
I know, but you listen. When you look at the videos, you're looking at these high flying acts, flipping, flopping, flooping, and flying through the air, and all kinds of amazingness. Now, mind you, we saw glimpses, of amazing.
Listen, you're talking about it too much already that I just want to like really quickly touch base on it, and then we'll move on because there's another place that I'm going with the whole mistakes thing. But where we went this time was Barnum and Bailey, right? And Ringling Brothers. If anybody knows anything about circuses, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like they're a national, recognized circus.
Yes, they're the originals.
They're not Florida, right?
No.
Okay, so
no.
Famous circus that I went to as a child. I remember the ring. I remember the animals. I remember the ringmaster.
Yeah.
I mean, it was under a tent. Now that you say it, I don't know why I remember where we sat, that there was like a big like opening like that. This was the legitimate, I want to say it was early 90s, right? When I would have gone. Amazing memories tied to it and all that stuff. And here they are. They say that they're back. We already know that animals are not going to be included because there's been this big push to get animals away from circuses and all that stuff for all the reasons, right? But like you said, the promo was very deceptive. The promo looked like, I mean, I was a little, there's no animals, but it still looks so good.
Right. They showed enough that you were just like, maybe I do want to buy some tickets.
And here's the funny part. When we first saw it, We talked about it. You want to go to the circus? You want to go? And we're like, yeah, we'll look at it. We'll look at the calendar. We didn't look at the calendar.
We were at
Monster Jam.
Was it Monster Jam?
I'm 100% sure it was that. Because that's the last time. Well, no, it could have been at the fight too. I don't remember.
The
Ice Wars. Yeah.
Ice Wars. That's where it was.
Okay. So we said we're going to look at it. We didn't really. Later, you mentioned it, and I was like, do you kind of feel like you're kind of hesitating? You're not really making a decision. It almost felt like there wasn't this pressing, yes, we've got to go, right? Bro, we were right. That was our intuition telling us not to, and we did. I will say that what we described last time as a circus was a much better. I would go to that circus again versus what we did. Now, if you have 5-year-olds and under, perfect.
4-year-olds.
Okay, perfect. You know what it felt like? It felt like we were at the Disney Playhouse. You remember in Magic Kingdom?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and you sit there and it's all sing-alongs and it's for the kids.
It's exactly...
That's what it is. It's for little ones, like toddlers.
If I were to write a review, it was the perfect mix between Lazy Town and
Kid Bop.
And
anybody who knows,
so bad.
For an adult, yeah. So they're telling you, hey.
I have PTSD thinking about okay, we didn't even make it half an hour. We looked at each other and we were like, all right, let's go. And
we could do better things with our time.
And on the way out, the security was like, you guys know you can't come back in, right? And I'm like, we do not plan on coming back in. It's so bad. And she goes, that's what I keep hearing from everybody who leaves. So we were not the first ones.
Yeah, at all. Now, here's the thing. If you market something as fun for the whole family, you know what else is fun for the whole family? The youth fair. The comedy.
The circus at the youth fair is much better than what we saw.
There you go. Do you know what fun for the whole family tells me? Is that it's going to be clean fun. That there's nothing objectionable or offensive.
And yet they were playing I Like Big.
Yeah. Okay. And there were some things that we were like, really fun for the whole family.
No, and
but
and then they would cut it off before.
And yet it was all geared towards toddlers. Mm-hmm. Even the way that they spoke was like you were on a TV show for toddlers. So this was definitely not something for the whole family. This is, if you have toddlers and you want to bring, I feel like Disney on Ice, I've always felt, is more for kids. And I feel like as an adult, you could have fun at Disney on Ice.
Yeah, you can enjoy it.
You know, so
there's a story, there's skating, there's whatever.
Anyway.
But this one was just, it was so bad.
I am just like, that got me thinking about, man, I just have this thing about, I hate when somebody pulls one over me, right? And I feel like they did pull one over us using the famous name, making a video promo that was so not at all.
Oh my God, parallel.
Oh.
I'm doing a parallel.
What?
So, the night before, we went out to dinner. We decided that we were going to go grab sushi. Mm-hmm. And we hadn't gone for a while. And when we left sushi, I told you, let's go to the Lego store. And we went to Dadeland. And I was like, I'm going to park closer. I know that the store is right next to Macy's. So we go into Macy's. And as we're walking into Macy's, I see the sign above a certain area. And it says, Toys R Us. Immediately, the excitement of a kid came back through me.
Oh, wow.
Toys R Us. Like
the nostalgia
of Toys R Us.
That was better than Disney for a lot. That was Disney for a lot of us.
That was Disney, yeah. And that big store, you go in there and they had the bikes all in the racks in the corner and they had the video game section and the toys.
I wonder how many parents dropped off their kids there and said, don't leave the store. I'll be back in an hour.
I'll be back in an hour, yeah. Absolutely.
I wonder.
Oh, 100%.
There was so much to entertain you.
There was everything from candy to toys to video games. The biggest toy store there is. I don't want to grow up. Anyways, so like it was amazing. And then we saw the name Toys R Us and we start walking through this makeshift
Temu version of Toys R
Temu.
Us?
It was
Yeah.
the disappointment.
Like, how dare you?
The
How dare you
gut-wrenching
name it Toys R Us? I
It's
don't
the
know.
same thing that happened. We had memories of P.T. Barnum and Bailey's Circus, the Ringling Brothers. Those were the memories that we went into this with.
Horrible.
And we got bamboozled.
Horrible, horrible. And the thing is, sometimes you are upset with yourself. Anyway, me, right? Because I'm like, that's it right there, right? I should have known better. I should have looked. I should have done some research beforehand, not just trusted it. But anyway, back to the whole mistake. So now we've talked about the circus that we went to. But now back to the whole mistake thing, right? So I'm wondering, is my definition of mistakes, I feel like I have two sides to a coin. I feel like for me, mistakes are not black and white. Okay. I can get behind pushing, hey, take chances, make mistakes, get messy. I can get behind that because my idea of what that is conveying is don't be afraid to try that invention that you wanted to do. Mm-hmm. Don't be afraid to go for that job that you wanted to do, right? Or let's say you're trying out for something. I don't know. That's the take chances part, right? But if you make mistakes on your endeavor to pick up a new hobby and you suck at it for a while, right? If you want to, like, go for it. It's okay.
Right. If it doesn't work out, you still have...
You tried.
You have a way out. Right.
You tried, right? To me, that's that part. Now, making mistakes in your job or at school or in general in life, I think it's when it's not just me that I'm letting down, right. Where it's possible that I'm letting someone else down, all of a sudden, the whole definition of mistakes changes for me. And that's something...
Because there's weight to it.
I guess. And now all of a sudden it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. And I make it a point that's never going to happen to me again. I'm never going to let that happen to me again. And I mean, that I can think of. I can't think of where I'm like, man, I made that mistake once.
No, you're pretty good about that.
You know, and so at work, I mean, like I've talked about this before. It's so very important for you to be detail oriented, right? And I feel that the reason I'm good at being detail oriented is because if you tell me this is how something needs to be done, in order for me not to make a mistake, I've got to know very well how that is. But sometimes things are changing, people are interrupting you, maybe you're having a bad day, whatever, and all of a sudden, damn it, something slips, right? That's normal. It's human. I'm remembering when I was doing my clinical rotation, right? I was given the book that everybody else was given with the images of what your x-rays were supposed to look like. But this is perfect images in a book, okay? But you tell me that's what it needs to look like. Nothing else is acceptable.
Right.
Okay? Now, mind you, you're just learning, right? You're going to take it a little wrong. Maybe it's going to be a little rotated or something like that, right? But to me, like, it eats me that it wasn't done right, right? And so one of the things that I was told, which I felt was such a miss on their side to be able to help me navigate. Like, there's people that I will forever be grateful for how they played a role in helping me be a good tech, okay? Mm-hmm. And there are other people who were just awful, and they should not be trying to teach anybody anything, okay? Because they are not. They're just reminding you that you are lower than dust and you should give
Right.
up, okay? But one of the things that somebody told me was, you're going to make mistakes, okay? You can't have a perfect image every single time. You're aiming for it, but you're not going to. You just need to learn, is this good enough? Because you don't want to keep exposing a person over and
Right.
over again just to achieve that, right? Okay, you make a note, and next time you take it a little bit better. You start learning things, right? But you can't be afraid of making a mistake. Like, you've got to be able to go for it and stuff. And it was one of those things where I felt that it's good advice, but then it wasn't this. Whoa, I'm losing you. Are you sure? Are you all right?
Yeah.
It
I'm actually being bothered by the lights, so I'm trying.
It wasn't
I
something.
shifted the lights to try and relieve you a little bit, and I made it worse for me.
It wasn't something that mirrored the actions, right? So when I did make a mistake and I was like, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to say, I'm going to do this one. And then I do it and I mess something up. It was like, you are lower than dust. You should give up. You should never do this again. And it was like, that's exactly why I don't want to make a mistake. You just told me it's okay to make a mistake, and now this is what you're doing. So I feel like,
When you did the practice stuff, it was on dummies, right?
yeah,
It was like on like dummies that you could take X-rays on.
right, yeah,
So you could, that one didn't matter if you had to take the image several times,
right.
but it does matter when you have to take.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know,
So you want to take the least amount,
of course.
and there are cheaters out there. I'll say it for you so that you don't have to. There are cheaters out there that like to use the crop tool. Cheaters. That's not how you do it.
But, you know, it's one of those things that I feel heavily on the mistakes part. So, do you see mistakes the same way as having two different types of mistakes? Or are mistakes the same to you either way?
So that's what I had told you, that I feel like I've changed my mentality on mistakes. Like, it's okay to make a mistake because there's a way to come around it. Like, for me, mind you, my guys make a mistake, they're going to get yelled at. That's part of the... Because sometimes the mistakes cost me money. Okay? Now, does it mean that it's not... Like, there are times where they have made mistakes, and we have vocalized the possibility of that mistake happening. As if I'm, stump grinding a stump,
Yeah.
like,
You might cut a
hey,
line.
there may be a telephone line under here, or there may be a water pipe that we break, or there's something. I don't know what's under this tree. I don't know what this has wrapped itself around.
Mm-hmm.
So let's try and be as careful as possible.
Right.
And if you see something, we need to pivot. But there's sometimes where just the vibration alone will break will break a pipe. Or, you all of a sudden are like, and you've pulled the entire AT&T line for an entire block. We've done that. Mm-hmm. And people come out and they're like, oh my God, they're screaming. I'm like, bro, just call AT&T. They'll be out here in an hour to fix it for you. Like, that's part of what they do. Anyways, so like I see them with different weight than I did before. Before, if I made a mistake on a planogram for a new section that we were doing, like, guys, we don't have the hours, we don't have the time. Now I'm behind. You guys are making me work more. Now, then that stuff would feel like it was just horrible, because it was like causing you to work more. It was causing you to have to, sometimes work off the clock. Like, it was just, there was things that we were doing that were not beneficial.
Yeah.
If I chew up a line, it's part of what I have on my, when I send in the proposal for that.
Yeah.
Hey, there's a possibility we break something. We're not taking responsibility for that. There's no way for us to know what's underneath there. And I'm just using that one simple example.
Yeah.
There's other things. But I feel like now, it's definitely more different. No, it's definitely different than what it was before.
But do you feel you're still critical of yourself if you make a mistake?
I'm critical, yes.
And that never goes down.
Mm-mm.
And you're not merciful with yourself.
No, because if it's something that,
like, say that you
If it's
you
something-
double booked a community, and you forgot you were doing this one. I mean, that never happens. But
it, I am more critical of myself if it's something that I tried to cut a corner on. Because that has happened.
I 100% agree with you on
That
that.
has happened to me. Like, I'm like, the hedges really haven't grown that much. I'm just going to try and see if we can get out of here fast so we can go home early today.
And then it
let's
bites you
rush.
in the
And then I get a phone call, and it's like, well, why didn't you guys trim? Look at the front of the community. It looks horrible. And then at that point, I have to make a decision. It's still a mistake that can be fixed, because now,
But
hey,
yeah,
I'll be there first thing in the morning. We'll take care of it. Now I'm running shorthanded because I have to drop somebody off there to do that work instead of having them where I'm at. Now I have to move my schedule, and that puts me behind.
because it's a dumb mistake.
Dumb mistakes.
And so you see,
Dumb mistakes. Frustrating.
but you see, and so then that's the thing. So I feel like this is just a very transparent, I guess, flaw or way of seeing things, I guess, that we're telling our kids about, right? Because I feel that our kids, especially like our son, right? I feel that he feels the weight of he doesn't want to make a mistake, right? And he makes mistakes, and
But
then
it
he
could
feels
also be, it could also be that right now he can't afford a mistake.
no, but I'm saying
Because-
just anytime. I feel like he's always been.
I'm not talking monetarily.
Oh no!
I'm
But I'm
just
just
talking
saying, even as a kid, as an adult, I feel like he has this huge desire not to disappoint us, even though, for my part, I mean, I feel like I can speak for you as well. We have never said to him, "We're
No.
disappointed in you."
No.
Okay,
Well,
so
you can do that to yourself.
I know.
That expectation is just you being hard on yourself.
right, and so
And it can actually sometimes even do more damage than somebody else saying that you suck.
right. But to me, the part that I was bringing up about this is just I feel, for me, I had a very different reason for not wanting to be called down on mistakes, right? I very much I remember enjoying as a kid getting praise for doing something exceptionally. Okay? Exceptional work got you noticed.
Right.
Okay? And I liked that. So I pursued that. So for me, if you make a mistake, then you get scolded. And then,
you know that I started going away from that.
what do you mean?
That exceptional work gets recognized,
Okay.
gets rewarded.
Okay. Because in real life, in adult life, that's
It's
not how it
a bunch
works.
of baloney.
It is. It is.
It's a bunch of baloney.
It is.
Listen, corporately, I don't know how many times I saw, like, for me in itself, I would be the one that would fix a store, get it put into shape. Finally, I'm hitting bonus structure. Finally, I'm getting myself in a spot where, I'm gonna make a little bit extra money. I'm gonna get some praise from the company, whatever. And then it's like, hey, we've got this store over here. It's all jacked up. Can you go fix it? And now all the work that I did here,
Someone else gets to pick it up and live.
they get it, and they're gonna make all the accolades, while I'm over here fighting for my life, drowning in this disaster that you're not gonna give me any hours for. I'm so glad I'm not a retail.
Well,
Goodness, I just had an anxiety,
oh, you poor thing.
just hold on.
Let's drink some water. My $7 bottle of water.
Goodness. Why'd you bring that here?
I know, right? I'm still working through it.
Anyways, mistakes are okay to make.
Yes, but I can say that to somebody else. It's hard for me to wrap my mind around that. And I think
Well,
that
you can say it's just like there's people who look in the mirror and it's so hard for them to say that they're beautiful. And yet you can
but some
say
people
it.
are not beautiful. I'm just saying,
I know.
you
What
know,
I'm saying,
we're not going down that route. My
what
point
I'm
is,
saying is, what I'm saying is that
just like people who are like, oh, you can be anything you want to be. No, I'm sorry, but you can't. Okay, you can't.
I want to be famous.
You know, so there's limits to things, right?
Like, well,
And
hold
I
on.
can't be perfect.
And some of those limits can get pushed. Look at the lady last week,
Listen,
or in
yes, yes,
Cirque Italia.
yes, we talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
My point is that if I were to be described, I don't think anybody would categorize me as a perfectionist because I don't care about that part, right? It's only in certain things that involve what I'm putting out, there has to be a standard to it. And I feel that the reason that I hold myself to that standard is because I feel that we come from a generation where you were taught you do the best that you can. Okay? And if it doesn't hurt, you're not doing it well.
Yeah.
Right? So you've got to put out your best.
The reward for your hard work is the pain of recovery.
You know, I don't know, but like if you give your word, you've got to keep it. You've got to be dependable. Like all these things, right? So for me, it's a if you tell me this is the standard, I take that literally because I've got to know what is it that I'm expecting of myself then, right? And I'm sorry, you don't show up anywhere and the standard is on the floor. They tell you the standard is up here and then you show up and you actually find out the standard is on the floor. Okay? And
Bunch
that's
of liars.
And that's so frustrating because then you show up and you've been told this is the standard and everybody's over here. And it's like, well then why am I breaking my back to make this happen? And yet no matter if everybody's putting in, C average work, I feel like I'm still responsible to put out A average even though nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody thanks you.
Well, they'll care when you're not doing the work.
I don't know, bro. I feel like nowadays in this world, nobody actually points out. Everybody gets a participation trophy.
I read an article from a guy who decided to go into business for himself, where the business that he had was teaching people to value their own work. Right? It was like he was I guess motivational speaker or whatever. But I read this little thing, and he was talking about something that happened to him, which pushed him to actually go ahead and start his business, a consultation business for businesses. He was doing that internally for a major company. So his job was to pick at things to make sure that the structure behind it was solid so that the company would not suffer any loss.
Okay, can we just deviate? Because you just said that internally. You know that when I was a kid, well, we'll say a teen, okay? I had an idea of I wanted to do a job in which I went to businesses and I stole from them, okay, to test their loss prevention system. And in my mind, I want to tell you what my 15-year-old mind thought, right? Was that I knew that with the best loss prevention system, I could still steal from you. And I would be really good at it. And I would expose them and say, this is where you're wrong. This is what you need to do. And I was like, how fun would it be for you to walk into a store, pull off a heist?
Loss prevention.
No, I'm surprised I'm not a thief, bro. I would think to myself how fun it would be to be able to go into a store knowing I can't be arrested, but it's the thrill of the challenge. You've got to walk away from something here with nobody noticing you. And I feel like I have methods where I've told you, don't lower your voice when you're saying something. The moment you lower your voice, people's ears prick.
Those are things that you're listening to.
No, bro, those are my tips and tricks. Just like the moment that you're in a store and you start looking around, immediately you stand out as a suspect. You stand out as a suspect because who does that? Nobody's shopping around looking like somebody's following me. Nobody does that. I can always spot loss prevention in a store because they are pushing around a cart and they're putting things in their cart without even looking at what they're grabbing. It's like, I always wanted to do that. But anyway, when you say internal stuff, you just reminded me that was the secret longing of a job. And then they would come and grab me and say, ma'am, we saw you take something. And I would be like, ding, ding, ding.
Good job.
Good job.
Okay, so I don't know what the point of my story is anymore because since you went somewhere else.
Sorry.
I have no idea.
You just
but I'm
awoke
gonna
that
finish
in
the
me.
Story
Okay.
Because I know the story and I'm hoping that it'll catch up on the way. And if not, you just got a story.
Okay.
So this guy, he was evaluated for his work, and they said that his work had no value in the company.
The guy who was the internal guy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They're saying that the value of that job was not enough for them to keep him.
Mm-hmm.
So they eliminated the position and they let him go. Within 6 months, the company was filing for bankruptcy because they were already used to a structure where mistakes were caught before they went out. And now they removed that and
Sorry.
it just started to fall apart.
Plot twist, that position now exists and it's called quality control.
Well, whatever.
Isn't it true though? Isn't that what they do?
I have no idea what the point of my story was.
I don't listen. When you hear this back, okay,
maybe I'll get it.
You're gonna be listening. You're gonna be like, "Oh, I remember what I was gonna say." That's the worst. But anyway,
all right, we got to wrap up because I do have to make this phone call because I've gotten phone calls again.
You poor thing. I know it's the middle of the work day.
Yeah, we're working right now.
No, not me. I'm taking a personal mental day.
I know. I'm working right now.
That's right. You are. Anyway, it was. How long was it?
We're at an hour.
Well, that's nice. A little catching up. I wanted to put it out there just so that it marks the time. The winter storm just hit, and I know that a lot of people were affected, but our family that's up north, thankfully, everyone got away unaffected. However, did you know the name of the storm?
I didn't know the storm had a name.
Yeah, it's like a hurricane.
Okay.
They all have names.
What is it?
Fern. Can you believe that?
Fern?
Yeah. That's
So
my name for Nick.
Storm Fern?
No, it's winter storm fern. Yeah.
Interesting.
Poor little thing. I hate that. Anyway, brought to you by Excedrin. Needed that today. And the end.
The end.
Overwhelmed and overstimulated.
Name of the episode.
Okay.
No, that's not. What was the name of it? We said.
I know. I've been breaking my head trying to think about it.
Fool Me Once? No.
Full of a toque.
Full of a toque. Anyways.
We are watching Lord of the Rings.
We are.
The extended version. I think we said that. Oh my
we
God.
talked about that last
Whenever, was it last week or was it last week?
Last week.
We're still watching.
Well,
We're on the last movie.
Yeah, we only have
4 hours left.
No, it's like
3 hours left.
2.5.
2.5.
Is it less? Or is it more? I don't know. We started it. But hold on. The last movie, when you put it in, we were going to start.
It's 5 hours.
4 hours and like 53 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we're watching the extended version.
That's ridiculous.
I know. And they're going to play them all in the theater. Oh, they did play them all, right?
Yeah. There's actually a guy who...
Back to back.
Yes. There's a guy who documented on video how many times he had to get up to go pee while watching the movie. I don't know why that was relevant to it, but he put it out there, and the guy's like has a bazillion views. The stupidest things. Anyways,
Unbelievable. Anyway.
like, share, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll see you guys next week.